Joining me now is my guy. Everybody knows him. ESPN's Mike Reiss. Before we even talk about what took place in the first preseason game, I want to talk about the big news over the weekend and the signing of Witherspoon, which means he's signed, sealed, delivered for a contract extension.
Right.
Gonzo hasn't been in the last 4 practices.
Yeah.
They have the same agent.
Yep.
Is Gonzo next?
You would think so, Steve, right? These two corners are two of the best in the league.
Right.
And you mentioned represented by the same agent, Reggie Johnson. And so the thought is now that you have one deal done, you have the blueprint to just go to the Patriots and say, hey, here's what we got for this guy. You know, it's almost like I look at it like this way, Steve. 2 houses in a beautiful neighborhood. They're for sale next to each other. One goes for sale. This one's going to go for a penny more. You know, but you'd think that's what happens, right? But we'll see. Like, we don't know exactly. Would the Patriots be willing to do that? Would Gonzalez be willing to accept that?
Is Gonzo not out there because of injury?
I'm glad you asked.
Is Gonzo not out there because of contract?
They insist, meaning Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, that it's due to injury. And I watched this, Steve. This was in Monday's practice. He's defending Romeo Doubs in the end zone. Closely contested touchdown catch that Doubs makes. And Gonzalez fell down, and it looked like his ankle was bothering him a little bit. And they have insisted, and I've been told, and I believe them, that he's rehabbing, an ankle injury. That isn't the most serious thing. But I'm going to ask you this. If you're Christian Gonzalez and I got my contract situation unresolved and my ankle's a little sore, Steve, it might take a little more time to get better, to get me back on the field until I see a few more zeros in this conversation.
A little more green. Okay, that's the best guy on defense. Let's talk about the best guy on offense and Drake Maye. Is Drake Maye getting enough reps out there during the joint practices that we should not see him during the games? I'm not talking about just Drake Maye, but Drake Maye with the connection with the receivers, the new receivers.
I mean, to me, a fascinating question. And because I think you could answer it either way. You could say he is getting enough, and I love the joint practices. They're really competitive. Steve, that joint practice they had with the Colts, it felt like a game to me at times. Like fans, got 10,000 fans there cheering, and he throws an interception to end it.
But I don't like him ending it on an interception.
I agree.
Come game time, I'm like, should he be playing?
I agree. So there's a part of me that says yes, because I want him to. You want him to feel the pass rush. You want him to feel getting tackled. The other part of me says, I don't know how sure I am, because if he gets hurt, the whole season goes,
Tommy Two Chains.
Right? Tommy Two Chains could come in.
Played well.
But, all due respect to Tommy Two Chains, we hope that those 2 chains stay on the sideline the whole season, because if you lose Drake Maye. So my thought, Steve, I'm going to answer it because I gave you both sides. I actually don't think he needs to play. And if you were asking me what decision would you make if you were the coach, I think I would sit him and let the joint practices where you don't get tackled and the pass rushers have to pull up, I would let that be the determining factor.
Okay, so we all know the Eagles are coming to town, and that means
your guy.
I love it. A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is going to have a chance to practice against his former team.
Yes.
What should we expect this week?
Fireworks.
I love it.
Let's go. First of all, expect a great atmosphere. I think that they're going to set a record for fans, because you're going to have Eagles fans coming to watch the joint practices. A.J. Brown's supposed to speak to reporters Wednesday, the first day of the 2-day practice. So he's going to be in the spotlight. And it's probably a good time to just sort of say they've had 16 practices. The connection between Drake and A.J.
It's getting better.
Getting better. Started slow. A.J. acknowledged it. Part of that was Gonzalez's coverage of A.J. But you see especially in the red zone, Steve, when the decisions have to be made quickly and the space is so tight and you need contested catches, A.J. Brown's showing up more.
Okay, the last game, which was the first game. Kicking situation. 2 for 5. Borregales. What's the deal?
A lot of people wondering, should they bring in competition for him? One point I would make, Steve, he didn't have his regular snapper in the game. He was injured. The snapper came back Saturday's practice, and they challenged Andy Borregales. They said, we're going to have you kick on not regulation goalposts, but skinny goalposts.
Skinnies!
And he went 6 of 6. So that was his response in practice, Steve. But
perhaps a little bit different from the game.
That's right. So let's see what he does Saturday night against the Eagles.
We're talking about practice, not a game, not for practice. They brought in the skinny post?
The skinny pop? Not these, Steve.
Not these.
These.
But he went 6 for 6.
6 for 6. And I talked to him after, and he said he felt like he bounced back. But you see, that's how the coaches challenge him. Because Steve, not these,
not skinny.
Skinny.
All right, that's good stuff.